Welcome back guys, Amar here, and in our previous video we made our top HUD. The next thing we're gonna do is the bottom HUD, which will be our game over. So let's get started. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create an empty game object. Or actually no, I'm not gonna create an empty game object. I'm gonna create a simple UI image which will be onto the bottom stretch. Now of course I'm gonna hold down alternative key so I get this automatically transferred, and I'm gonna make it about this height. Like, I have no height in particular. You can make it like this, but I think it's too much. I still want to see my ground. Yeah, this should be fine. And I'm gonna change this color to black. Now this will be our game over, and this will also serve as a game over panel. So I'm just gonna name it game over. Inside of the game over, it's gonna be pretty simple. We're gonna have a button restart. So let's go ahead and add UI button, which will be our restart like this. Delete the text, change the UI sprite to our white restart, so white restart. Set native size, which will be too much, or not, it's gonna be too low. We're gonna pump it up like this. And voila, you're done. You just have to go ahead, add the game manager on click, and this works. Now, of course, we're not done. I'm not gonna leave it as this. There's still stuff to do. First of all, what I want to do is I want to make this background of our white to be red. Why do I want it? Because that is how it stands in the game. That's the only reason I do it. So let me first of all make this bigger. Where is it? So like this, not alternative, but just, yeah, like this. To make a background for our white restart, what are we going to do is we're going to create a UI image, which will be our restart UI, I mean BG, not UI. And here we're going to add a circle like this, and we're going to make it the same height as it's now, so about this height. And then just put restart into restart BG. Now, what else are we going to do is we're just going to change the color to any color you want. Any color you put will be the background color for our restart button. I chose red. The only reason I chose it is because that is how it stands in the game. Now, I don't like this red. I like the default one. So let me reset this and then just drag it here. And we are going to add our white, not white restart, but our circle 1 to 7, I guess, 1 to 8, and I'm gonna leave it as it is. Now, what else are we gonna do is we're gonna create an animation for our game over. So copy the position Y for now, copy it, put it down like this. Then we're gonna go to animation tab, create animation. I'm gonna create a separate folder only for our animations. Inside of it, we're gonna have a slide up animation like this, but this will be in the folder that's called UI subfolder, UI anims, and inside of it, we're gonna have the slide up. Now, to create animation, or actually to record it, you're gonna put this at, let's say, 1 second, or 60 over here, 1 second. We are gonna click record button and just paste down our 137. That's all you gotta do. And when you click play, boom, we have this nice little animation. Now, what do we want to do with animation? You can go to animator, and here you can change the speed. That's one way to do it. Another way is, if you want it to be faster, you're just gonna make it slower over here. So like, if I say it's 30, it's gonna be in a 0.5 of a second, half of a second. And if I make it to 60, that means 1 second. You can also do it here, but if you do it here, you cannot test it to see it unless you click play. But what else are we going to do is we're going to double click on the animation, because the default is the animation is looped. We're going to remove the loop. We don't want our animation to be looping. We want just to slide and then stand there. I think I added the on click function. I did. Now all we got to do is go to script, so to our game manager, I think it was, where we are saying game over equals to true. We're just gonna pull it up. And how are we gonna do that? Well, basically we can, I'm not sure if this was done in game manager or in game UI. I'm gonna do it right now in the game manager, and if I need to change it, I will change it if it's necessary. So we're just gonna take a private game object, game over, like this, and then, or not game over, but game over panel like this. Sorry about that. And we could actually just call it animator. We're just gonna take the animator, and here we're gonna say that our game over panel equals to game object dot find, and we're searching for the game over, and I'm gonna call it panel. So game over panel, copy that, paste it here, dot get child, or actually we just want to get it, yeah, from here. So just get component, and we're getting animator. For some reason I thought that this animation happens somewhere between these two, but it actually happens here. Now, no. Actually what we want is this to be unfolded, and when we actually add it, so game object, my bad. Clearly I'm not thinking, so we're gonna do it like this, and then just say game over dot set active to be false, like this. Come on, bam. And then when we are done, we're just gonna say that our game over panel dot set active to be true, and then add a semicolon. So right now if I click start, immediately we're gonna remove it, and then if by any chance I get destroyed or I miss all of my bullets, we're gonna call out our game over. Now we have a few problems, like when I shoot all of my bullets, until they are gone, we're not gonna see this. So until they are gone, we are not gonna see them. So to do that, we're gonna go back to our script and we're checking if ammo is less than equal to 0, and then we have to check and if game object dot find, we're searching for the game objects with tag or just bullet. So bullet, I think it's called bullet. Do we have a tag for the bullet? I think we do. Yep, we have a bullet. If that equals to null, then we can proceed. So let me put it here. Let me finish the sentence like this. And right now with play, we're not gonna see game over until all of my bullets are down. And then when they're gone, only then we should see our game over. So maybe object, game object dot find, bullet equals to null, game object dot find. Sometimes I go dumb, it's not null, it's just that length. So dot length, come on, game objects. I changed it, so game object with tag bullet. Dot length, if it's less than equal to then 0, then we are gonna go and do it. So if I go back, click play, we can see that once we reach the 0 and once all of our bullets are gone, then we're gonna see it. If you think you have to have all the bullets up, nope, you can do whatever you want. I mean, shoot them whenever you want, and then only then when you have 0 ammo and when there are no bullets activated, this game over will be activated there. So just click restart and boom, we are good to go. So that will be it for our game over. As I said, if I need to change it, but I think not, if I have to change it, I will change it into the game UI. I think we will have some option game UI that we're gonna call it, but nevertheless, we can leave it as it is for right now. The next thing I want to add is a crosshair for our player. So here we're gonna add our private, or actually public, or actually private game object crosshair, and then add the semicolon. Then we're gonna say that our crosshair, I'm not sure, I think it's crosshair, I pronounce it like that. Crosshair equals to game object, capital G, game object dot find. We're searching for the crosshair, or this I'm gonna edit crosshair like this. Semicolon, then crosshair dot set active to be false. Once we are aiming, we want to see our cross once we're not. So here we're going to say our crosshair dot set active to be false. And as I said, or as I was saying, once we aim, we want to see it. And once we shoot, we don't want to. Crosshair dot set active. I'm first going to make it all false. And then here I'm going to say that crosshair dot set active to be true. And now we have to change its position. How are we going to do that? We're going to say crosshair dot transform dot position equals to what? Equals to camera dot main dot screen to world point. And here we're going to get input dot mouse position. And then we're going to multiply that, or actually plus that, with vector3 dot forward multiplied by 10 and add the semicolon. So what's going on here? Basically, we are referencing our crosshair to the crosshair object that we're going to add. When we start, this will be activated. Not activated. Once we start aiming, this will be true, and we're going to change the position of our crosshair to be at the mouse. And once we shoot, we're going to release it, and there you go. Now, why did I add this? Well, basically because we're getting the camera.main.input mouse position, this will be -10. It's gonna be visible. So if I just remove it to show you an example of what I'm doing, so if I click play, and I have to add a crosshair, now I'm gonna get null reference exception. So let me go to the player, let's go to assets, let's go to sprites, let's go to gun, not sprites with gun, crosshair. Add it to the player. Let's scale it a bit. This is kind of too much. Let me put it on the line. T, bam, 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 bam. Something like this should be okay. So a bit up, like this. So if I click play right now, you're gonna see that I clicked on it. Why can I see it? As you can see, it's moving. We can see it in the scene, but it's not visible here because of our -10 over here. Now, the other problem that we have is it's not alignment, it's not where it's supposed to be, so we're going to change that as well. So here we're going to add this so we can see it inside of our game, and we are going to play a bit around with the what's called this, the anchor point. I think I'm going to put it a bit lower here just to test it out to see if it's working or not. Why is this like capitalized? Can I make it down a bit? Yep, I can. So if I click play right now, we again cannot see our crosshair. What? Oh, I think now we cannot see it because I haven't added the sorting layer to the player, and right now we should be able to see it. And this is kind of better, I think. Not 100% sure. A bit more down, I think, will work better. So we're gonna play. I'm gonna play around with it and then see what actually works until it's actually right in the middle. So bam, and yeah, now it's perfect. Now it is perfect. And there we go, we have our crosshair. Now the one thing we have, it's behind the player right now, so I'm gonna pump the order in layer to 10 and let's say 100, so it's actually on top of everything we have. So yeah guys, that will be it for this video. Hope you like it, and now we'll see you in the next one.